Hello dear student, I am Najma Sahar, lecturer in business studies, Vishwamana PU College, Chittorgarh. So students, in last video we have discussed about the branches of business. That is, particularly we have discussed about the industries as well as the commerce we have seen in previous videos. Today we shall discuss one more important concept called business risk. As you see here, there are two words. One is business, another one is risk. You already know about the business. Business is an economic activity which is concerned with the production and purchase, production or procurement of goods and services, and reselling or distribution of those goods and services for the profit. That is called as a business. And one more element is called as a risk. What is risk? What exactly the risk is? We shall discuss in this video. Okay. So, as you know that every business involves certain risk. There is no business without risk, and without taking risk, you are not in a position to earn the reward. Reward in the sense, the profit. Okay. So, the risk is inherited in business. It is an inherited characteristics of a business. Okay. When we come across the nature of business, the first and foremost thing we will come across is a risk element. Risk and uncertainty is always associated with the business. Okay. So, the risk here refers to the inadequate profit or losses due to the uncertainty. Due to the uncertainty, we may earn the profit or we may suffer losses. That is what we say, risk. So, in particular sense, the risk here refers to the chances of future loss. Okay, chances of the probability of the possibility of a future loss. Okay, you are going to lose something in coming days. That can be foreseen. We know that this is a risk. Okay, even though we know we are going to carry down certain activities, we are going to carry forward certain activities. That is what we say foreseen. That can be estimated, that can be seen. These are the risks we are going to face. That is what we say risk. Chances of future loss that can be foreseen is called as a risk. Or you may say it may be defined as a uncertainty. It is defined as a uncertainty. Uncertainty words. Due to the lack of knowledge about the future, you are going to face certain problems, certain difficulties as an entrepreneur he is going to face. So, it may be defined as an uncertainty in regards to the cost, okay, with regards to your capital, with regards to your investment, you may face or you may suffer losses, or in regards to your profit, okay, with regards to the efforts, you may lose something. And even the damages. What kind of damages here? The damage of products, goods and services, okay, theft maybe, fire maybe, okay, spoilage, leakage, deterioration of goods and services, that all comes under the risk. Risk means what? Losing something, facing the difficulties, facing the problems, that is called as a risk. You know that the risk and uncertainty is always associated with the business. Without a risk, without uncertainty, there will be no business. So, entrepreneur face this a lot, risk as well as tolerate the uncertainty in order to make a profit. That the profit is a reward, it is a prize, it is a reward for the entrepreneur to tolerate the risk and uncertainty. Though the risk and uncertainty is a different words, but we use interchangeably in a business. Risk here we know the risk. The risk can be estimated. Okay, we can foresee. That is called as a risk. But whereas uncertainty, we doesn't know what is going to happen next day. That is what we say uncertainty. So technically they both are different, but in a business we use the word risk and uncertainty interchangeably. So risk here refers to the inadequate profit due to the uncertainty. Inadequate of profit or losses due to the uncertainty in the future. You may earn the profit or you may suffer losses. That is called as a risk. Say for example, suddenly changes in the taste and preferences of a consumer. If the taste and preferences of the consumer changes, there will be no demand for your products. If the demand for a product is not there, the sale of particular product will be affected. When the sale affected, automatically it will have an effect, it will have an impact on your earnings, or for the profit it will have an impact. Likewise, that is called as a risk. Suddenly changes in the government policy, suddenly changes in the taste and preferences of a business, that is called as a risk. Risk here refers to the chances of future loss. Chances of future loss that can be foreseen is called as a risk. So these are the types of risk, the type of business risk. Every business faces two types of risk. One is speculative risk, another one is pure risk. Speculative risk here refers to the risk involves both the possibilities. Here it involves both the possibilities. What else is the possibilities? Either you may gain, you may earn the profit, or you may lose. So speculative risk here refers to the speculative risk means involves both the possibilities. Either you may earn the profit or you may suffer losses. So this speculative risk arises due to the changes in a market. Due to the changes in a marketing condition, you may earn the profit or you may suffer losses. Say for example, suddenly changes in the taste and preference of a consumer, or changes in a fashion, changes in a marketing condition, that is causes so either to earn the profit or to suffer losses. That is what favorable and unfavorable condition of a market. Due to that, you may earn or you may get the profit or super profit, or you may suffer the huge losses. Favorable condition means what here? Which results into a gain, which results into a profit, that is called as a favorable condition. Unfavorable condition which results in a loss, that is called as a favorable condition as well as an unfavorable condition. Due to the favorable and unfavorable condition of market, a company may earn or may gain or may earn the profit, or it may suffer the losses, that is called as a speculative risk. Next one is pure risk. Pure risk here refers to it involves only the possibility of loss or no loss. Only one possible. Either you may suffer loss or there will be no loss. Okay. So theft of goods and services, okay, damage of goods and services, spoilage, leakage, that all comes under the pure risk. So every business have to face these two types of risk. One is speculative risk, another one is pure risk. So here involves only the possibility of loss, okay, due to the theft, due to the fire, you may suffer losses, and there will be a gain. No losses. No losses is nothing but here there will be a profit, there will be a gain for a business. Now let us discuss the characteristics of business or features of a business risk. So the first and foremost feature of business risk is business risk arises due to the uncertainty. Due to the uncertainty, a businessman, an entrepreneur, he is going to face certain risk. What is uncertainty here? Uncertainty here refers to the lack of future knowledge. Uncertainty refers to the lack of future knowledge. So you doesn't know, you have no idea about what is going to happen in the next day, what is going to happen tomorrow. Due to that, you face certain problem, that is called as a business risk arises due to the uncertainty. Certain risk a business person is going to face due to the lack of knowledge about the future. What is going to happen in future? What is going to happen tomorrow? You doesn't know about the future, what is going to happen. Due to that, you face certain risk. Say for example, you doesn't know that in tomorrow or day after tomorrow, the demand for your product is going to be fall, or the price of a particular product will be increased. You have no idea about that. And even you doesn't know that what is going to happen tomorrow, or technology may be changed, or government will bring a new policy regarding your business. Due to that unknown things, due to the unknown fact about the future, you are going to face certain risk, that is called as a risk which arises due to the uncertainty. So the outcome of these changes will have an impact on a business that a business firm, that a businessman has to be tolerate, has to be face. That is what risk arises due to the uncertainty. Uncertainty means what? Lack of future knowledge. Lack of future knowledge. Due to the lack of future knowledge about what is going to happen in next days, in coming days. Okay, due to that you face or you see certain problems, certain difficulties. That is called as a uncertainty. That is what the first feature or nature of a business risk. Next is risk is a essential part of business. So every business have some risk. Every business organization will have a risk and uncertainty. No business can run, no business activity can be carried on without a risk. So every business involves risk. Okay, we cannot avoid the risk, but even we can minimize the risk. Okay, that is what risk is the essential part of a business. As I told you, in the features of business itself, that risk is always associated with the business. The risk is not there, there will be no business. Okay, business and risk, they will be always associated with each other. No business have a risk. Every business involves certain kind of risk, some risk involved. We cannot avoid the risk entirely, but we can minimize the risk by planning. With the help of planning and developing strategies, we can minimize the risk. So that is what risk is an inherent property of a business, inherent characteristics of a business. That is what risk is an essential part of a business. Next is degree of risk depends upon the nature and the size of a business. Okay, what percentage of risk is faced by a businessman? Okay, so the risk involved will be differ from one firm to another firm. Okay, every business organization will not face same degree of risk, same percentage of risk. It will differ from one organization to another organization, one firm to another firm, or one company to another company. So the degree of risk mainly depends upon the nature, what type of business is yours, whether you are manufacturing industries, you are trading company, or you are in a service industries. Based upon the nature and type of business and based upon the size means what? Your business is a large scale business, medium scale business, or small scale business. Based upon the nature and the size of business, the risk will be differs. So if you are in a fashionable products, if your company is manufacturing fashionable products like cosmetic products, say cream, okay, lipstick. Likewise, if your company is manufacturing, then there will be high degree of a risk for a company, because the fashionable of goods are subjected to change. Okay, frequently the taste and the fashion is going to be changed. Okay, it is a high risk. If you are producing a large quantity and a bulk quantity, if you are producing, then again you are going to face the huge high degree of risk you are going to face. So if you show that in future days, in next days, there will be demand for your product, then you can prefer to produce large quantity. If you have no idea about the demand for a product, okay, if you are not sure about the marketing condition, then it is advisable to produce the goods and services on a small scale. Okay, that is what the size and the nature of business. Size and nature of business, it depends upon the size and the nature of business, the degree of risk, the amount of risk will be varies. Next is profit is a reward for the taking risk. So no risk, no gain. No risk, no gain. It is an old age principle. Okay, which applies in all types of organization. Greater the risk of a business, greater will be or higher will be the profit. Okay, profit is a reward for taking a risk to the entrepreneur. As a businessman, he faces the uncertainty, he will tolerate the risk. Okay, due for that, he is going to get an award, he is going to get a reward called as a profit. Okay, the expectation of his is to earn the profit by facing the risk and uncertainty which is associated in the business. So profit is a reward for a business. So first one is risk arises due to the uncertainty, due to the lack of knowledge about the future, what is happening in the coming days, what is going to happen, that knowledge you doesn't have, due to that you are going to face a problem, that is what rises due to the uncertainty. Next is an essential part of business. The business Every business have some risk, okay? Without risk, there will be no business. So that is why it is an inherent property of a business. Degree of risk depends mainly upon the nature and size of business. Okay, the amount of risk a company is going to face differ from one to another. If a manufacturing company, it will face high degree of risk. If a company is a large scale, you are going to face huge risk. Okay, if you are producing the goods and goods and services on large scale basis, then again you are going to face a risk. Okay, if you are in a consumer products, again you are going to face high risk. If you are in a durable product, there will be no much risk. Okay, likewise, there depends upon the type of business and depends upon the size of operation, you are going to face the risk. And why you are going to tolerate all this? In order to earn the profit. So profit is a reward for a business. The businessman, that is what the feature or the next one is causes of business risk. Business risk arises due to the varieties of reasons. Okay, those reasons or those causes has been categorized into the 4 ways. One is natural, another is human causes, economical causes or other causes. Coming to the first one is natural causes. Natural causes here refers to the causes where the human involvement, where the human inclusion is not more. Okay, means what? The human involvement is less. Natural causes are those causes where human being involvement or the human being have no control over the natural calamities like earthquake, famines, okay, lightning, heavy storm, heavy raining, okay, these are all comes under the natural calamities. Due to this, the property and the income of business is affected. Okay, we are going to suffer certain risk as we are going to suffer losses, that is called as a natural causes. Natural causes are those causes where the human involvement is less, where the human being have a no control. We cannot control the heavy storms, we cannot control the rains, and even we cannot control the earthquake or volcanoes. Okay, due to this we are going to face certain losses, that is called as a natural causes. Next one is human causes. The human causes is the causes due to that we are going to suffer certain losses. So this includes unexpected events from the part of a human being. On the part of a human being, we are going to face or we are going to suffer losses like dishonesty of an employee, okay, carelessness, negligence when they are working, okay, and even stoppage of work due to the power failure, stoppage of work due to the strikes, lockouts, okay, inefficiency of management. Due to this, we are going to suffer, and even the operation of a business is affected. When the operation of a business is affected, automatically we are going to suffer a losses. That is what human causes. Where the human involvement is more, where the human inclusion is more, due to the inclusion of human, we are going to suffer a loss. So if due to the negligence of a particular employee, there will be a leakage of chemicals. Due to the leakage of chemicals, we are going to suffer number of problems, healthy issues we are going to suffer because of negligence, carelessness of an employee. Due to that, we are going to suffer dishonesty. Okay, when he is not honest to the work, then also we are going to suffer certain losses. That is what human causes. Next one is economic causes. This economical causes includes the unforeseen or uncertain events relating to the demand and supply condition of an economy, demand and supply condition of a market. Due to the changes in demand, due to the changes in a supply, due to the changes in a price, okay, due to the suddenly introduction of government policy, implications of policies, okay, due to that there will be a problem for a business. And even when we come to the financial related rise in interest rates of taxes, okay, due to that we are going to suffer certain losses, or the cost of operation will increase, the cost of production will increase. That is what economical causes. Economic causes is nothing but changes in a marketing condition. What type of marketing condition? Changes in the taste and preferences of a consumer, fashion, price of a product, competition, okay, and even interest rate. If an interest rate increases, if the tax rate increases, okay, due to this all we have a negative impact on our business. Due to such changes, the cost of operation, whatever the cost we are going to incur to produce the goods and services, that will be raised. Due to that also we are going to suffer certain loss or risk. That is what economic causes. And the last one is other causes. This includes unforeseen events. This includes unforeseen events like political disturbance. Okay, when there is a no political stability, due to that also we are going to face certain risk. Okay, political disturbance, mechanical failure, and fluctuation in exchange rate, which leads to the possibility of business risk. Due to the exchange rate, if the foreign exchange rate will be changes, for that also we have an impact. Okay, which arises the risk for a business. This is what are the causes of business. First is natural causes, human causes, and economical causes, and last one is other causes. Next topic is starting a new business. Starting up of a new business or starting a business. Before starting a business person has to take several factors to be considered or to be taken into consideration. That is what the factors, there are the 10 important factors that has to be considered. The first one is line of business, selection of line of business. As an entrepreneur, the first step, the first thing has to be decided is type, that is the nature and the type of business. Okay, that to be undertaken. So whether he wants to go for the manufacturing industries, trading industries, or service industries, whether you want to produce a consumer products or durable products, that is what the nature and types of goods, types of business, that is what we say line of business has to be decided. That is nature and type of business has to be decided so that you can earn the maximum profit. That is what the first factor to be considered, that is line of business. Line of business is nothing but nature and the type of business. Nature and type of business, that is what first factor to be considered. Next is size of a firm. Size of a firm is nothing but whether you want to operate on a larger scale or a medium scale or a small scale. Okay, size of a business is also be decided very importantly. Okay, it is a very important factor that to be considered. If a businessman is confident, okay, he is confident about his product, okay, that in future days, in coming days, his products will be, the demand for a product will increase. In such case, he can produce a large quantity, bulk quantity, he can produce and he can make an arrangement of all the resources. If the particular product have a high risk in a future days, there will be a more competition. In such case, it is advisable to produce the goods and services on a smaller scale. So the size of business is nothing but the operation on a larger scale, medium scale, or a smaller scale. That is what the size of a firm that to be decided very importantly. Next is choice of a form of ownership. Form of ownership, that is your second chapter. In that we are going to discuss in detail about the ownership, forms of ownership. So the next important factor that has to be considered is whether you want to go for the sole proprietorship, that is a single hand. Okay, you are making investment, you are facing all the risk. Okay, single person is going to, that is what we say, so sole proprietorship or the partnership or the joint stock company with their related merits and demerits is there that we will discuss. Okay, the forms of ownership is very important, that has to be decided, that has to be taken into the consideration. Okay, with respect to the liabilities, with respect to the dividend payment, and with respect to the legal formalities, by considering all these things, you can decide the forms of ownership. The next one is location of business enterprise. The location of business one, where you want to start your business, location, where or which location you want to establish or you want to start your business. That is what the location of business. This is also very important because it will have an impact on overall working condition of a business. If your business location is nearby the raw material, there will be availability of all the services like banking, insurance, everything is available easily. There will be easily availability of raw material, supply of water, supply of current, electricity is there. In such location should be selected to start your business. Next is what? Financing the proposition. So again, next one is capital investment, financing. You can raise the capital through the market. Okay, through the market you can raise the capital. That we will discuss in later class in detail about the finance and its proposition. Okay, finance is required, fund is needed to make an investment in a fixed assets, that is your land, building, machineries, tools, raw materials. Okay, and even you need a finance to run your day-to-day activities. So you have to make a plan, you have to determine the amount needed, okay, finance needed, okay, you have to determine that, and the source, where can I raise the fund, from where I can get the fund, that should be decided, whether I should go for the banks or to the financial institution or to the market, or even if I have a savings, I can invest that fund. Okay, you have to choose the sources of fund, and you should see that the utilization of funds, okay, effective you are utilizing such funds or not, that has to be decided here. Next is what? Physical facilities. Physical facilities is nothing but again the arrangements. Arrangements is nothing but you land, building, machineries, whatever the physical assets you have, that is required to carry forward your activities, to move or for operational purpose. You should have a physical facilities. Next is what? Plant layout. Plant layout is nothing but a blueprint. That is arrangement of your physical asset as well as the financial assets as well as the human resources. That is what the plant layout. That is what? Arrangement of facilities, arrangement of resources. That is what? Plant layout. That has to be decided. Okay, workforce, committed, okay, capacity, capable employment is required in order to carry out your day-to-day activity. That should be taken consideration. You have to decide whether my business wants, okay, skillful employees, unskilled employees, okay, semi-skilled employees, that you have to decide. And you have to decide whether my company should be a labor incentive or a capital incentive. Okay, I should use more automation or I should take the service of human being. So that you have to decide. Before deciding that, you should know whether my organization need the service of experts, that is skilled employees, or semi-skilled employees or unskilled employees. These three categories you have to decide. That is what? Committed or capable employee workshop should be processed. So employees are the assets of the organization. The success and failure of the organization will depend upon the quality of human resource or quality of workforce. Okay, human resource a company possesses. That is what? A very important factor to be considered. Next one is tax planning. In our country, we have different tax laws. Okay, different tax rates are there, different laws are there. For each and every category, we need to follow the tax. Okay, by planning the tax, by tax planning, you can take the facilities of a government. Okay, whatever the facilities available under that, you can also take the advantages of the tax policies and tax plannings. That is what the tax planning. Next one is, after considering all these things, you can start your business. Okay, you can produce the goods and services, you can advertise it, you can make a promotion policies, and you can sell those goods and services to the ultimate users. That is what? Launching of enterprise. Selection of line of business. What type of business you are? Okay, whether you are in a manufacturing field, you are in a trading field, or you are in a service field. That is what? Industries and commerce you have to decide. After deciding types of industries is nothing but whether you are producing, okay, durable products or consumable products. That you have to decide. Next is what? Size of a farm. Size of a farm is nothing but whether you are producing in a large quantity, medium or small scale industry. The next is ownership. Whether you are a single owner, dual ownership or a joint stock company. You have to decide based upon the liability, based upon the investment, based upon the legal formalities, based upon the return. It is what dividend you have to pay. Based upon that, you can decide the ownership forms. Next is what? Location. Where you want to start a business, which place you are going to opt. That place should be nearer to your raw material supply, nearer to the consumer. There should be availability of water, there should be availability of electricity, availability of human workforce, and there should be availability of services. Such location should be selected. Next is finance. You have to determine the finance. Okay, finance is needed. to invest in the assets, okay, in order to carry out your day-to-day activity. Okay, you have to determine the amount you required and from where you can get such amount and how you are going to make use of such fund, that you have to decide. Next is what? Physical facilities. What are the physical facilities you needed for the business? Like building you need, land you need machineries, tools, all physical arrangements you have to make. Next is what? Blueprint. Arrangement of all the resources, that is what? Plant layout. Next is what? Workforce you needed. Next one is tax planning in order to take the advantages of law. After these all things, the next is what? Launching of your business. So here completes your first chapter. Okay. Thank you.